contract I'm the bachelor no. Who cost a contract in a sum, total sum. You don't have it. You have no idea. I'm going to show you. But I want you to understand, say, Madam Torkonu ba no, ne baba serum we no. Yeah, man, the contract no, na a restrictive tendering. But my man promise you, BB. Mahama be the president 4 months ni. One thing I can tell you a secret. The best is yet to come. Yeah? A man for abokrono. A man for abomokrono. Na the ABC no. The ABC or Ghana no. People will be shocked. Now, I think say Imbrena son say ebeye osonoma story no. Now, Amanfo can sembebre. It's time to do the story. Efa a year osonoma because osonoma it's got to do with a year the suspended Chief Justice Madam Torkonu. There are so many people making noise about Madam Torkonu's suspension. And debia kanwa ha. Obia ni Ghana obetumede emra ashe onwankasa nensa, including the President of the Republic. Say obia sebio emra yenam emra kwanso eyino say ombedi Ghana dwumadie bi President Krampo entumi emfa onwane pe enkasa mapamo no. Echere President no etie ofa emra kwanso. The President needs to work within the law before even bibi sa Krampo betumi si. It is not that easy for anyone to just get up and say, oh, Mr. President, you hate the Chief Justice, so get rid of the Chief Justice. It doesn't work like that. That is why all these weeks, and our months here, I can say, nobody has been able to come out from the NPP or whoever is against the suspension of the Chief Justice. Say, the Chief Justice, basically, what the President is doing is against the law. Because the President of the Republic, John Dramani Mahama, every single step he's taking, we're making sure that Constitution na we di saimra so. Enti people should understand say bibia nkoka bibia bibi nka bibi. Now a lot of people have made arguments. Adentina Chief Justice no, Adentina in there's nothing. She's done nothing wrong. At the end of why some people try to play everything down. Omo person bibia looking so simple. But the petitioners no, omo petition a petition a year the president, there are a lot of things that the petitioners brought up. In fact, tonight, I'm going to show you some of the things the Chief Justice did and why, as Ghanaians, we should be worried. And if she is not the Chief Justice today or she has been suspended, majority of you guys shouldn't be complaining. The Chief Justice, Madam Torkonu, abused her office. She actually abused. And you see, something called conflict of interest is very dangerous. It is next to nepotism. You see, the root of corruption is conflict of interest. Say the juma di amount na say o position bi na say sa position na wo no o abuse sa position no ebia sa position no o de sa position ye nyome bia ebe favor wo ho ana e favor wo ba. Sometimes the crampo no you don't have to be directly involved in that act, but you being in that position alone, you need to have that that authority to stop anything. Enti obi disa John Mahama, waka say na aban mu, on person ne ba ebeji contract, on person ne ba any aban ebe adwuma bia, on person ne bushani bia eba be aban adwuma, because he knows say even though no omo the right to also go seek for their contract, the position as the president, his son today say the contract ebia 10,000 Ghana Emma John Mahama ba. Every single NPP member or Ghanaians, we all will say hey, because John Mahama position or no, sa position alone, it can influence that process. You don't underestimate a conflict of interest, and when people start to complain about amount for positions, omo edi nyomebia. Now, Madam Torkonu, your friend aka Osino, so many things AC. And then me betcha idea ba kubi. Oma ya no muye dede say, Madam Torkonu nyehwe, we a regular Ghanaian like myself. Right? Now mun sha bi. Now, this company, your friend company way, and I want you to follow this conversation very well. Very important to me. Me betcha company be. Company way, you register company way. 2019. A Dina a company we have Design 37 Limited. Design 37 Limited. I'm going to take my time today and a Friday. Say it's enough. There are a lot of stories we need to do, but I'm going to take my time for us to do this story. It's got to do with a Chief Justice who has been suspended. Now, a company where you're registered in 2019. Mr. P, Mr. S, team. All right. Now, interior design and furniture designs. Now, a company way, some interior designing. Be a friend of furniture designs. Now, OSHA registration number now is CS098422019. You see, on this platform, the reason why we have millions of Ghanaians watching us every single day is because Asemia Bekimbia, we back it with facts. And today we are doing another story on Madam Torkonu, and we want Ghanaians to understand the reason why majority of Ghanaians listen to this platform. Make sure the reason why Madam Torkonu, she's not supposed to come back as the CJ of Ghana. She's not. Now, company way, you registered in 2019. We should address the shower house number BAE 2920 near the place, 16th Street, Bashona. I want to register a company, no. Now, so Oko company no more. Oma company no eyo omudia and our directors of the company. So share document America we are company 2. You will see this. Mami and large na obia hu bi se na be ya enye te se me nkwa na mehwe. When omo directors of the company no. Your Adam Sarah Amega Torkonu or ye Ghanaian director marketing. Adam Sarah Amega Torkonu ono na ye director marketing. Sa company ne registered in 2019. And ye wo eye Serum Francis Afi Torkonu ono so eye director and designer. Serum Francis Afi Torkonu ono so ye director and designer. And ye wo Serum Francis Afi Torkonu osa ye secretary and designer. Inti company no, the director and the secretary no, one person your friend is Serum Francis Afi Torkonu. And the marketing director no, your friend no, Adam Sarah Amega Torkonu. Now, so company name you registered in 2019. Right now, Mamwati say omo directors of the company. Nipa na mabo mudini nyina, you heard it. Now, Mamencho Adebi, a company. Sa company way, Obebuta say, a dear no ye. Sa company way say, Omobeye ejumebi ama Ghana. Now, Omoje contract every the judicial services war. Contract and then say, almost say Omo ba be refurbish a judicial services no, Omo see new lounge, any Omo library, Omo be refurbish no. Now, a dear medical owner, make out say oye the owner of the company. A Serum. This Serum lady onye. This one is called Serum. Ono na mi bo ni din Echere Musisiano. So she is the owner of the company. Serum Frances Afi Torkonu. She is the daughter of the suspended Chief Justice. Company now make a lady way dear. This lady, or the daughter of Chief Justice Madam Torkonu Neba. Company now make sure no. The owner of the company, this lady, her name is Serum. She is the daughter of Madam Torkonu. This company I'm talking about, the judicial service, Madam Torkonu no, they gave this lady's company a contract. Now the contract was to fix the judicial library, build a lounge and decorate the lounge for the judicial services. We have established, this company was actually registered in 2019. It belongs to the Chief Justice's daughter. The Chief Justice daughter and on the company, at the end of the day, the Judicial Services Emma Sa company, contract to decorate the Judicial Library and also build a new lounge or redecorate a new lounge for the judiciary. Now remember, Serum, the daughter of the Chief Justice, Torkonu, Madam Araba Torkonu, Nebabani. That's her daughter. Now, what are some of the items? Girl way company and a lady way company. Enya contracts na or say, or they ba eba bedeng, or they eba be renovate the Judicial Library and also the lounge for the judiciary. Remember, her mother is the Chief Justice. Time we win contract we no nane ma a Chief Justice. Now, these are some of the items onya contract no or say or toya or the ebeden or the bedi jumano. Inti sa osha some of the items they be nie. Now osha items na. Bidinka remember contract so, but I'm going to show you how the whole thing went down. Oto judges reading room or renovate oto akonya bako 3,000 Ghana cedis. Oto or say desk. Oto be 1,900. Sorry, I hope maybe I'm getting it wrong. Oto be 24,000. Or say lounge in Kunjani be 240 million old Ghana. And now oto nyamani be 42,000. Or say a Kunja it be lounge war. Oto desktop computers be 23,000 Ghana, 230 million old Ghana. These are some of the things contract or state say obeto edia renovate the judges lounge and also the library, the Judicial Library. And remember, contract where we win mame and a Chief Justice. Now oshe flower pot be or the can ne contract no one or say obeto edia renovation or to ebi 1,900 Ghana, to Ghana 19 million. Oto bibi to say in Kunyabi, and also to be 6,500 Ghana, 65 million old Ghana. Oto tables be 32,000. Bibi to say curtains, blinds, or to be 7,000, that is 70 million old Ghana. Any a whole lot of things or say na obey you see at the idea. I change the face of the judiciary or my library, any their lounge. Now, we have published on our site, loudsilencenews.com, and also on our Facebook page. Now, let's go into the wagon. I know, Mr. S. I'll go in there. Remember, sir, contract now, a lady way, and the Chief Justice, no contract now, you demand a restrictive tendering. And I say, because a restrictive tendering yama obia kwan emanang ambede contract am de betchero no unya who cost a contract in a sum, total sum. You don't have it, you have no idea. I'm going to show you, but I want you to understand. Say Madam Torkonu ba no ne baba serum we no ye man the contract no na a restrictive tendering, meaning yama obia who kwan say ombede for that contract. Technically your friend no and on unqua buy any time sikama and sequoia contract. So Obiweka say onya priority, onya special treatment. Nema mean the Chief Justice any other contract we man restrictive tendering. Into Obiana na mpreho ayo she is the only person they gave the contract to. These are some of the reasons why I say Madam Torkonu should not come back to the Supreme Court. She needs to understand. If she doesn't, there are a lot of damage. Now, may I go into the contract. Now, these contracts are quite interesting. Team. Now, my team is saying I should read restrictive tendering as a chere and so you move forward. I guess this is the only story we are doing today. It's a say any kakran kakra. So na be obi abeti ase. Now, you can say restrictive tendering. I said saying this is restrictive tendering. Restricted tendering is procurement limits. Restricted tendering in procurement limits the competition to a select group of suppliers, contractors, or service providers, unlike open tendering. This method is used when the procurement subject is highly specialized, requiring only a few qualified bidders, or when evaluating a large number of bids would be disproportionately expensive. It's also known as limited bidding or selective tendering. So when they say restricted tendering, it means say it is limited to a few people, and in some instances, they have to be experts, people who have the required knowledge. Our expertise exceptional. And omutuminya sa contract restrictive tendering. Just say ye biema nipa kakra bi anaka sometime krampo no ye mbie kura manipa bebre ye biema company ba kope. It means say answer this side remember sa company no na sa company no edwuma no omu nim edwuma no omu experience no. In fact, company bia entumi mma embe den and no be compete for that contract because expertise the nimuno about 90% of the companies be competing nimu enti yebese akire wase eno ka ho de this contract we ema Madam Torkonu ba serum. Now yanko into the contract. Follow the documents very well. Now, OSHA document where a screen is let me enlarge it because it's always good when you can see what I am reading. This is a letter. Design 37 Limited. Enya free judicial services war. Now, redesigning of judicial services libraries and creation of judges lounge. In the contract, they say, obe designing a judicial library. Now, was creating a new judges lounge. Intuition letter now, we forward herewith our bid into letter way na Madam Torkonu ba etro edekoma the judicial secretary say omo bede for this contract say omo be redesigning the judicial library and also omo be recreating a new judges lounge. Madam Torkonu or chief justice no ne ba no etro letter say contract bi ono na obetuma ye no otra command Madam Torkonu office say sa contract no wa bid for contract no. We forward herewith our bid for the above tender for your consideration. Having examined the tender documents, the receipt of which is hereby duly acknowledged, we, the undersigned offer, to redesign. I'm sorry, let me take this again. This is quite faint. Now, Uridia Seneka, we forward herewith our bid for the above tender for your consideration. Having examined the tender documents, the receipt of which is hereby duly acknowledged, we, the undersigned, offer to redesigning of judicial services libraries and creation of judges lounge in conformity with the said tender documents for the sum of grand total for redesigning of judicial services libraries and creation of judges lounge, including 2 years warranty, 456,456 Ghana. Now, Madam Torkonu Babano extra letter. Basically, catch Madam Torkonu office say, omo di omo bid abromo, omo don bid atum say, omo be redesigning the library for the judiciary and also a lounge. Now, Sika almost said Omodeba sa contract no, 456,000. Tetegana Sikano for over 4 billion. And na Odebabe renovate library no. Na omaye some lounge be ediama judges no. Inti letter way free Madam Torkonu back ne ba your friend Syrian company. Ocho letter way ediakwa koma ediakoma the judicial secretary. Do you remember the judicial secretary? She is the lady Madam Torkonu suggested me Kufuado say on Fanenko Supreme Court. That is the lady recently or resigning here as the judicial secretary. Let me show you her picture. It's Madam Torkonu Bano. She is writing this letter to the judicial secretary or yet the secretary to Nemame. This woman. Into letter na Torkonu ba Etrono or Trakoma Madam Torkonu secretary. Say contract way contract inti munhwemu na monfamaye. Na ni nyina be cost 456,000. Tetegana sikano 4.5 billion. This is the woman. Maami we ena Torkonu ba no etro letter na koma no. Sa time no na judicial secretary. This woman. On say recently, Madam Torkonu called suspension on also can say we are resigning. This woman. Syria Pamela Granting. Time and now Madam Torkonu ba etro letter we edia koma judicial services no. Or na the secretary to the Chief Justice. Judicial secretary no onye we resign and say the madam called suspension on also are resigning. Into the banetro letter no, the letter was directed to this lady. Say, ya the bed atum, ya pesi renovate library no, and library renovate ya pesi ya lounge account ni nyina be cost tetegana sikano almost 5 billion. Okay. Let's go back to the letter. Now, Osha letter na. I wasn't done reading the letter. Osha letter ni here. With steady amount of money omube here EDISR contract no. Where Madam we are talking about conflict of interest. The reason why some people are making noise here because Madam Torkonu is not supposed to come back to the Supreme Court. Now, who read the letter? We undertake, if our bid is accepted, to deliver the goods and services in accordance with the delivery schedule specified in the schedule of requirement. Or see, someone a bid way too ma into letter way or throw a comma judicial secretary. Sa time no na oye ne maame secretary. Say mo the bid way maya. You be make sure say ejuma no you be ne pepepe. Oba say wa or say thank you for inviting us to take part in the above mentioned bid. Into judicial secretary no judicial services no and we invite you almost form bid in betum. And omo bid kotumu. And Adom-Otchere bid no for renovation and also the lounge, is going to cost old Ghana, no 5 billion. Where Madam Torkonu, the Chief Justice Neba, Syrian Torkonu, and the bid atum ama ne mame office, and DNC. Team, stay with me. So, uko the correspondence are. Or the letter will come out judicial secretary, obviously or definitely the judicial secretary would tell the boss because the judicial secretary cannot take that decision alone. It means she has to go and discuss it with the Chief Justice because the Chief Justice is the head of the judiciary. And who was the Chief Justice? The Chief Justice then was the lady who was saying, give me the contract and then and the Chief Justice. So do you think, say, sa contract, Syrian will not get it because what your letter come on mame and wakacha me mame say mame deal of 4.5 billion old Ghana. Now, Osha the CHRA, this is what happened after. Now, so check a document where let me enlarge it. Na kwasi bi mbeka Kevin Taylor or that Ghana for. So on the 17th of October, September, 2024. September, October, November, December, naka 4 months, ema yako twaba. Naka 4 months, ema yako twaba, ena Madam Torkonu ba, starte ebede for this contract. Naka 4 months, ne yako twaba. Now, uridi eye memorandum to judicial service. Letter ni the procurement authority. Judicial service no forward day. Sa letter no de coma procurement, director of procurement. And technically, judicial service for sa bid no and de coma procurement. That means omashe obane bid him. Chief Justice ne baba ne bid no and forward de coma director of procurement. Inti forward call procurement authority. Now, a procurement authority extra buy. Almost a bid no document no no muhuye. This is the response from the procurement authority. Memorandum. Recommendation for award of contract, redesigning of the judicial services libraries, and creation of the judges lounge. 17 September 2024. A procurement kaye. Your ladyship, we refer to the Public Procurement Authority approval for the use of restricted tendering method for the redesigning of the judicial services libraries and creation of judges lounge. The procurement authority say, oh, Madam Ladyship, letter at the Chief Justice. So, Madam Chief Justice, yen saka sa bed na de breno. In fact, ya approve. Company ya waidia Madam Torkonu ba edia. September 17th, 2024. And a procurement to Adom-Otchere, a Chief Justice through the Judicial Secretary say they have approved the contract. Now, the procurement department has completed the process. Messiah Design 37 Limited has been recommended by the panel for consideration for contract award in a sum of 456,456 Ghana, including taxes. Respectfully, find attached evaluation report and the award of contract letter for consideration. When the signing here, Austin Evans Kanyoke. It letter the buy no. Bid in the beka ne ma mensano. And for the call procurement and a procurement on the 17th of September, 4 months to election. Approve almost 5 billion old Ghana cedis contract. And Madam Torkonu ba. So onkoye the library renovation and renovate or redo a lounge for judges. Almost 5 billion. 4 months to elections. Can she do that? So you now understand why Afenyo M is backing a lot. There's a lot in there. There's so many things going on and you have no idea. Now, did it end there? No. Adom-Otchere, Obiam follow me. Gidi gidi nimo. Chere Ghana for the reason why Chief Justice Madam Torkonu is not supposed to come back to the Supreme Court. Never. This is clear, just a conflict of interest. You cannot. Moses Sammy Gyamfi akoche onwani sika 800 Ghana. We show obi okruma man 800 Ghana. Bone yate ase. Yate ase Sammy Gyamfi made a mistake. Why bone? Ya kasa nenim. Chief Justice the contract man baba. For almost 5 billion Ghana cedis. What to work out them say? Minjai we the man can wansem. Sammy Gyamfi ko ne ye no koshia obi no wache ni sika. And you say Oya ban mu nipa in the position no edi sen ko yesa no obedwom ye nyina ya kanenim ana meboa ya sori ebie ye to ye mfa mienu we compare ne hwe den ko so ko jail in there. But I don't want to go there. I'm asking you a simple question. Enti Adom-Otchere letter no every procurement no procurement so they reply by say ya jatum. In fact contract na ye almost 5 billion mo fama Madam Torkonu ba Syriam. Okay, Yanko, what happened next? Now, the managing director on the same 17th now, don't get this wrong. I'm sure idea. On say, she letter away. Letter na free procurement to buy na omo approving letter no on the 17th September no. The same day. Another letter came through now here. So on the 17th of September 2024, and a procurement for the letter by say contract ya hwehwem ya de amano. Madam Torkonu ba ya de amano. That's cool. Now here. On the same day, the 17th of September, the same 17th of September 2024, something happened. I'm in trouble there. Let me move it up. There is a letter. The managing director, Design 37 Limited. Award of contract, redesigning of the judicial services libraries and creation of the judges lounge. A year, the judicial secretary to Madam Torkonu actually wrote a letter the same day to Madam Torkonu Bano, telling her, say, yenya response a free procurement. Today, they are writing the letter to Madam Torkonu Bano. What did they write in the judicial service? Letter Omotro Koma Torkonu Ba. Procurement approval on the 17th of September. The same 17th of September, Madam Torkonu Jinaso MHR letter command Bano. Letter away free judicial services. PDWKS 3524. Dear Omotro no letter. Let's read what they wrote in the letter. Letter Omotro Koma Madam Torkonu Bano company no. Technically, Omotro Koma Torkonu Bano. This is to notify you that your quotation dated 5th September 2024 for the redesigning of the judicial services libraries and the creation of the judges lounge has been accepted. Almost say, on bid now the buy on the 5th of September. Remember, Madam Torkonu Basiram, the company now your friend, Design 37 Limited, no, omo bid, no, omo the command judicial services are ne head on the 5th of September. On the 17th of September, and procurement approve the same 17th of September, and judicial services led by Madam Torkonu through her secretary wrote to Madam Torkonu's daughter, say, your letter you submitted on the 5th, the bid, it has been approved. This is to notify you that your quotation dated 5th September 2024 for the redesigning of judicial services, libraries, and creation of the judges lounge has been accepted. Consequently, you are requested to carry out the redesigning works based on the attached priced bill of quantities and scope of works. 2. This letter is coming from Madam Torkonu's office to Neba Company that you have been given 5 billion, almost 5 billion contracts. September 17th, aka 4 months near Tuaba. Now, second point, this is what it says. This is technology. The total contract price is 460,456 Ghana cedis, including taxes. Almost 30 the contract sum, total sum, almost 4.6 billion old Ghana cedis. Yama Madam Torkonu ba. Nema me sa actual letter man say your contract na tun. Point 3. You are to proceed with the necessary action for the execution of the contract within 4 weeks in accordance with the specifications agreed upon. Payment will be made after satisfactory completion and certification of work done. Okay, point 3 now. Almost say a year payment no obubetia after Madam Torkonu Bano aye contract ne wie. Point 3 no almost say specifications omo dia man no sikana eye almost 5 billion no oye contract ni nyina wie ometam sikana mano. So there's also another twist there. Did she complete the job? Has she completed the job? Has she been paid? Was she paid after the job? Or she was paid after the job? Because we want to know, was she paid after the job was done? Or she was paid before the job was done? Because point 3, as stated, you are to proceed with the necessary actions for the execution of the contract within 4 weeks in accordance with the specification agreed upon. Payments will be made after satisfactory completion and certification works done. They wanted to make sure certifications and completion and everything is done before payment is done. The question is, Was all these things done before payment was done? Who is this? It's funny. Now, Yanko point 4. By a copy of this letter, the manager, Law Court Complex, and the director, estates are to provide the needed assistance for the execution of the works. Please ensure that the works are executed within the agreed scope and report on same following completion of works. In Adom-Otchere, no, making sure say you not the 4 weeks aye you 1 month. What the 1 month yes renovation redesigning of the library. So just redesign the libraries. Table way see where the coffee table see books way fakoshaha na ye redesign the lounge 4.6 billion old Ghana. Redesigning and you're building a new library. You see, redesign the library and a lounge. Baby, I judge for me to din no kind book be obi anye de day. Ebi omo pe coffee kakra no manom. And no na ye almost 5 billion. A redesign. Me cham the reason why Madam Torkonu say anka or legitimate and or kanu kra anka so resign kra ansa na committee we atrase. On kanu kra nti na oda ho nam ho so pe court akono. She's a liar. She did a lot of damage. And she covered up a lot of things. Now, point 5. Please note that a revised work plan for the execution of the project is to be submitted to the undersigned through the director estates before commencement of work. So, Ushenipa or signing sa letter we are Justice Sarah Pamela C.A. Quarantine, Judicial Secretary to the Chief Justice. Then, I am Madam Torkonu. This woman used to be the former girlfriend of Ekufuado. She used to date Ekufuado. The former Judicial Secretary, Pamela. He used to date Nanado Dankwa Ekufuado. Then the former girlfriend, and the Judicial Services or a Judicial Secretary to Madam Torkonu. So Madam Torkonu writes a letter through her secretary to her daughter that we have given you a contract. I have given you a contract. Make sure 4 weeks you do the contract. This is 4 months to election. We were struggling to get money to feed women. Ghana. The dollar was almost 18. The government, they were telling us COVID-19, Russia, Ukraine. They were giving Madam Torkonu's daughter almost 5 billion to redesign libraries. Did it end there? No. Let's move forward. Because end of Friday. Now let's go to the next thing that happened. Team, are you still with me? Obiati asye. Saani ebe no. Ebe ne kakran kakra. Obiabeti asye o Ghana. Now, after Madam Torkonu office ankasa cho letter command the base contract the amount almost 5 billion fano. This is what happened. Now, Madam Torkonu bano in less than a month, you catch and say, onye jumani nyina nwie until in some fruit onye bibia. In less than a month, she's back demanding for money. Now, Uridia, she actually wrote a Serum, the company a friend Design 37 Limited. They actually wrote the Judicial Secretary to be sent to her mother, Sadieng, and this was received on the 25th of October. Remember, the last letter, Omode endorse and answer Omode contract is 17th September. This letter from Serum to her mother, the Chief Justice, through the Judicial Secretary, it was received on the 25th of October. Request for payment for redesign of the Judicial Service Libraries and Judges Lounge. Because just say NPP is dangerous. How can you say I Kennedy Japan Bawumia Obodam NPP So I read the party, no. We have no idea. These are for what you say. Dina me anybody for kakana man twi na obi ate ase. Na ade achi akwase bi nkogina TikTok ka Kevin Taylor. And ntina me yes am because me pese. Kwase bi kwa kogina TikTok abedi matem be nkrata aba na menya time na me sa kenkan akirikirem. Mo MPP for kwase afo na mo nko school no mo mu bi. Muntie me. Now request for payment. Afei na ne ba no giska. Mo ma me do. Are they going to pay her? Let's see. I hope this letter finds you well. I am humbly writing on behalf of Design 37 to formally request for the payment of 456,456 Ghana for the redesign of Judicial Services Library, Law Court Complex Libraries, and the Judges Lounge, which has been approved. So now, Akorano, on your contract, no. But in less than a month, Wababak say, you approve the contract, pay me the money. Or instructing the mame through the secretary that my contract has been approved by my mother through the procurement, and it came back to my mother, and my mother told me that it has been approved. Now I am back. Pay me the money. The project has been planned to meet all required guidelines and budget. We are confident that with the timely disbursement of funds, we will be able to complete. Listen. Letter way free. Madam Torkonu Banho, Syrian company, no. In the letter, your trophy judicial secretary office, Nema Metroman say, this contract needs to be completed in 4 weeks before you are paid. Now, Akurane Kachire Nema say, through the judicial secretary say, the project has been planned to meet all required guidelines and budget. We are confident that with the timely disbursement of funds, we will be able to complete the outlined objectives. Or see, contract today and Saka, by a catch them say, Sani and Mokayano, said you might deal with your bet my contract to 10 minutes in the Naswa. I was a Sikana ba. Says Sikana ma. And ya dear you bet to me aye a juma way it was ye. Meaning they are asking for the money. Are they going to pay her? Her mother is the Chief Justice Torkonu. Are they going to pay Torkonu's daughter the money? There are people who did jobs for the government, road contractors for 8 years. They were not paid. Some died. Madam Torkonu's daughter put a bid in less than 2 weeks. It's been approved. Or say, pay me the money now so that I can do the job. What your letter command me through the judicial secretary. Now, please let us know if there are any additional documents or information required to expedite the process. Thank you for your attention and support. We look forward to your favorable response and to the continued collaboration on this important initiative. Yours sincerely, K.A. Ketali Abdullah, Secretary, Administrator, Design 37 Limited. Adom-Otchere and the so Torkonu ba etumi letter command ma say be contract. Na ne maame afo de procurement. Na procurement for aba say ajatum. Na ne maame aka say approve. Na ne bana sa aka che de maame say yiska. Hey Ghana. This is the Chief Justice I'm talking about too. Madam Torkonu. Obi to say adentina ye tata Torkonu. Udim the Torkonu aye. Ya say Sammy Gyamfi akọ eyiye na wako share obi no wama ni sika. Ye ntiase fine. Maybe the judgment there was wrong. Ye fan compare we. I'm not here to justify Sammy Gyamfi's actions. I don't want a problem. He can go and drink poison. I don't want a problem. But I'm making you understand to be a Ghana tier. Now, did it end there? Let's see. P34 Swami 4. I hope say every single person is following what we are doing. So, if you don't know a serum, she is actually connected to a David Ajay. The guy now, Omomano, cathedral contract, you know. It is Serum. She worked with David Ajayi's company in 2015 as an intern. Enti sa lady we a oye Madam Torkonu ba no. David Ajayi na omude eye cathedral design man no. She used to work with David Ajayi as an intern, not oye attachment. In less than 4 years, the intern is getting contract worth 5 billion old Ghana. What is the Ghana ukem? This is it. Onye. She used to work for a year. Serum Onye. I Torkonu ba ni. Fe. The dead. Mesa twaso. Ba me chiro bibi. Me chiro. You have not seen anything yet too, eh? Boni Afenyo marking mwedi ewo Ghana no. Anything I'm sorry no we demonstrate say Madam Torkonu nko. Uni boni mwedi wa Ghana. When I hear people tell Kevin Taylor, do you know the damage people have caused in Ghana? And yet democracy, and consider the people be second, you're bombing in a trimutu. And yet democracy. Obi Pempa Daswawo, Obi Nyebi. Yatam almost 5 billion. Ama Torkonu ba. She used to be an intern 4 years ago. Yawa road contractors for Ghana are buying 8 years in Tuamako. Ebiewu. Ose bawo miani Kennedy. Enkwasi afo mi anyway. Amo meyeden. Amo terminal report na mebo chiro no. NPP na me chiro no. Now yanko enim. Maybe I remember size pictures ni nyina so don't worry. Now, yewie we no. Yanko what happened next? Okachere mama office say she needs them to pay them no. E wanna or issue invoice. Serum, the company no, they issued an invoice of 456,456 Ghana 98 pesos. Tete Ghana's Ghana almost 5 billion or issue invoice.